What's up, my crypto homies? Bitcoin pump action. My last video, I talked about my favorite indicator was to go to the YouTube Bitcoin videos and look at the thumbnails and titles, and they were all red and negative and doom and gloom. And I said, that's my favorite indicator because I've watched for a year or two. I've watched that crew of video creators just run the public into massive mistakes. And my gut told me, watch out for the pump. The pump's coming. I want to call a pump, but my chart was saying we're not going to leave the channel. And I wanted to call the pump, and I didn't. The ones that really stick out to me are like George Cryptos R Us, like up here at the top at 25,000. I don't actually watch the videos. I'm just talking about the titles and the thumbnails. I just use his channel for an example, and like up here at the top at 25,000, he was making videos saying Bitcoin to 60,000 in 60 days, and then Bitcoin from 25,000 to 50,000. Here's how, right? And then down here at the very bottom, he's making videos saying we're effed. I mean, the titles and thumbnails, we're effed. Is the Bitcoin dream over, right? And I just knew there was a pump coming because that's I hate being in the sentiment of the YouTube Bitcoin video creators. I hate being in the mainstream sentiment because it's always wrong. There it is, right? Boom. So I do believe this is a fake. Like in my last video, I said the whales want. We're gonna go down the 5-minute video, 5-minute chart here, and I'm gonna show you what's going on. But my last video, I was talking about the whales. You know, there's probably a pump coming because all the negative sentiment, and the whales need liquidity before the big dump comes. So we're still here, right? There's there's going to be positive sentiment now, right? If you go look at, I haven't looked yet today, but there'll be positive videos coming out a bit about Bitcoin, right? It'll be positive good news, right? And we're still here. We're still right here, right? Don't be mistaken. We're still right here. And it's just a psychological game, and the whales just devastate the public. And the YouTube community of video creators about Bitcoin, they continually just feed the public to the whales over and over and over. And here's another example. In my last video, I was actually calling for the breakdown and saying 21,700 would be a good place to short, and it still is, but obviously it would be underwater right now. And let's go down to the 5-minute chart. I want to say I made a video a week or so back, and I was talking about the whales, the whale game, right? It's the fugazi, it's the fake, right? When it was down here at 22,000, right? This was a big false pump here, right? And boom, right? See that structure there? They get liquidity in the market, and then they take it all out. So they want you to long. They want you to be longing right now. So if you're going to do anything, start shorting right now. I'm not sure how high this will go up. We'll go down to the 5-minute chart and talk about that. But see that structure? That was a big fake pump. And let's go down to the 5-minute chart now. Yeah, the funny thing about when I was talking about George at Cryptos R Us, the funny thing about that is he'll make videos like calling other people out in the traditional markets, like Jim Cramer for saying, calling the bottom by telling people to sell when I was down at 16,000, right? But he's almost the worst one of it, right? But he'll never say that or notice it, I'm sure. But anyways, I don't actually watch the videos, so I'm sure in the videos they probably say something different. But okay, here it is back here. This is probably what we're dealing with right here. Let's zoom in on this. This is the 5-minute chart. I made a video about this a while back. It's a whale trick. It's a whale trick. They want you to long. They want you to long. Boom, the bottom drops out of it, right? That's what we're dealing with right now. I have short positions ready to go. I have them set, ready to trigger at 21,800. This yellow horizontal line is 21,748. Bitcoin is stalled out at the white horizontal line at 21,360. As you can see, it is just using it for support right now as I make the video, clearly in play. It's wicked up out of it. It's come back down. It's on it now for support. It could be coming up here to the next yellow line. I don't expect this to go over 21,800. and stay there. I do expect this to come back down and get back into the big blue macro channel going down, because we're in a bear market and we're heading towards the bottom. But they need liquidity, right? They want you to long. Now, if you want to long right now, be my guest. If you think I'm wrong, then you go for it with your longs, and we'll see how that works out for you. There it is, though. My gut said, you know, I already explained it, right? But I didn't see it in my chart. So my last video was here. It came out sideways, and my chart was saying it's going to dump back down. But the sentiment, don't underestimate the sentiment, right? The sentiment, I hated being in the mainstream sentiment, and I wanted to call the pump. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because my chart wasn't showing it. But there it is. I do believe this to be a fugazi, right? There it is. Right? It's the same type of deal. See this? Nice little setup here to start, and then boom, right? And then boom. I do believe it's the same thing. I see it over and over and over. They catch you off guard, right? And the public right now, I guarantee you right now, the public out there is just longing and longing and longing, because the public retail traders, they long. The institutional, professional, big whale traders, they short, and they're going to put short positions on here, and this is going to come crashing back down. My only question is, how high is it going to go? I'm gonna call this yellow line. Let's go back to the daily chart, and I'll show you where this yellow line's at, 21,748. I have short positions ready to go at 21,800. Let's go back to the daily chart. I want to explain to you what these horizontal white and yellow lines are. Back here, this range, the white line is the bottom of this range here. See that wick? The yellow line at 21,748 is the top of this range, the top wick there. See how that's working? The white line was in play here. The yellow line is up here. I don't expect it to go over there. It could. The next step up would be 22,268 to 22,319. Okay, this white line here is the bottom of this range here. That's where Bitcoin has stalled out right now. As I speak, it's actually about $70 above that white line. So it's tempting, it's fiddling, it's tickling this range here. We will see if it can make it out of this first range here at 21,748. The top of the secondary, the second level up, the yellow line is 22,319. I do not expect it to go up there, but it could. Like I say, it's a trap, right? The whales have you ever seen those videos of a whale in the ocean? They'll go down deep and they'll blow all the air out of their blowhole, and while they're swimming in a circle, and they'll trap a school of fish, kind of like almost like a tornado, almost like a funnel cloud in reverse, and the air bubbles are in a big circle going up, and the fish are scared of the bubbles, and they don't leave the bubble circle, and the whale goes down and comes straight up from the depths vertically with his mouth open and takes the whole school of fish into his mouth and eats them all. That's what's happening right now. I guarantee that's what's happening. I just don't know for sure where it's going to stop. And this could be coming down. Maybe it doesn't come back into the channel, but I am expecting it to ride maybe the top of the channel back down, eventually get in it at some point. And it's just too much, too fast. And just with all the bad news and stuff out there, right? This is just a trap. And we have not finished this. This is not finished, right? So I guarantee you there's going to be hype and hoopla and green good stuff all over YouTube title thumbnails about amazing blah, 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 yada, 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 and then dump. That's how it works. I've been watching it for a long time. Sorry for not being absolutely perfect. Don't use high leverage, and my videos will be very good for your head, okay? So I'm going to get out of here. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Later.